Well, okay, so Final Destination 1. Well, you know how much I really enjoyed Final Destination 5? Yeah, it was terrible, right? So, I felt like this thing about I had to watch this movie because I want to know if it's as terrible, and people told me it's really good. First two are really good, I've been told. Um, but I actually really enjoyed this movie. It's nowhere near as bad as the fifth one. Oh, and there's no way it's gonna be, but I actually really liked Sean William Scott for once, and I can't believe that ever would be the case, but it is. And I'm actually starting to feel this thing of, even though a lot of his stuff I've seen is rubbish, and he is rather bad in them, um, he's shown in this little role what he can do, and I think he did it really well. And if there's more of this when he was younger, then I want to see it because I thought he did a really good job, and I was laughing at his jokes, his character, and I enjoyed that. And I did enjoy the other characters. I'm not saying they're non-existent or anything. I think the characters are really good, and it's the kind of film that if you overthink it, then I think you might sort of start to sort of lose the thing of enjoying it. So it's more of sort of you just go with it. I think you don't sort of overthink it. Otherwise, it just sort of gets a bit like what. A bit like watching Looper recently. Looper's great, but if you overthink it, then it kind of gets a bit like messes with your brain. Um, and obviously, the thing is with this that why I didn't like Final Destination 5 is it's just regurgitating stuff that already has happened. And I hadn't watched Final Destination 1 when I saw Final Destination 5, but it just felt like really apparent that they're just milking out scenes of plane crashes and car crashes and so on. And this is the first one we actually get to see a really good plane crash. The plane crash in Final Destination 5 was just garbage, and the film was garbage. Um, but here, it's not garbage at all, and it makes more sense. And what I like about it is it's more character based. It's not sort of, oh, let's just sort of make this whole thing blow up and thing. And in Final Destination 5, there was no thing to it. It was just all these things are happening. You hate all these characters and make the movie stop, and it's just rubbish. And this one, no, completely different. The characters are interesting. I like them. I like all the things they go through, the emotions. It feels really quite real, opposed to number 5, where they just feel like absolute robotic, just robotic idiots. And yeah, I mean, I think it's a good movie. I don't think it's a masterpiece of a movie, but it's fun and I enjoyed it. And I like the way they did the deaths, and they are quite gruesome. So it's kind of like that double-edged sword thing where yeah, it's really well done, but then it's just kind of gross as well. So yeah, that kind of freaked me out. Some of the death scenes, just the way they're done, it's quite gross. But obviously, don't want to spoil anything to all the deaths or whatever. But so yeah, I think it's a good movie. I don't think it's an amazing movie like a 9 or a 10, but I think it's definitely an 8, and I enjoyed it on that basis. I'll be seeing the sequel. Um, but there was one bit where actually I did get a little bit like I don't want Sean William Scott to die, and I know obviously before me, you obviously watch this movie and be like, what the hell is wrong with you, But I actually enjoyed his character, and obviously the twisted thing of obviously then it's all messed up with the logic of obviously don't overthink it because then you'll get thingy of it. But the way they say, you just go with it. That oh yeah, now he's gonna die. So okay, but yeah, it makes sense. But it's an entertaining movie. I enjoyed it. Far more than I expected to, and I think you have to definitely put aside those feelings you have of if you hate somebody like Sean William Scott before, or or you hate the whole thing of Final Destination, with the fifth one just completely just destroying it and just obviously I can't say destroyed it because I hadn't even been an avid viewer of the series, so I don't know. But yeah, that's what I have to say.